The Equicenter began as a dream with 8 riders, a 25-year-old horse named Charlie, and a 30-year-old pony named Rupert. We had a free lease on a 150-year-old barn, a clear vision, and high hopes for the future. Here, an unconquerable spirit and therapeutic riding has helped a child who could not sit up on his own to take his first steps within a year. It has enabled a nonverbal 6-year-old girl to speak her first word, which was horse, and has given strength and hope to veterans struggling to face each day and who now find a sense of purpose and belonging at the Equicenter. This year, we are celebrating our 14th year at the magnificent 200-acre William and Mildred Levine Ranch as an internationally recognized therapeutic riding center with over 100 riders each week, a never-ending waiting list of riders, and dozens more who participate weekly in our horsemanship, farming, culinary arts, adaptive yoga, and canine-assisted programs. While horses remain at the core of our mission, these new programs complement the equestrian activities, all of which enhance the quality of life of our participants in an integrative therapeutic environment. We have grown well beyond the therapeutic equestrian program and have become a model therapeutic excellence with national and international recognition from organizations such as the Bob Woodruff Foundation, the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation, the Home Depot Foundation, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, Cornell University, the Wounded Warrior Project, Britain's Household Cavalry, and Prince Harry's Invictus Games. When asked to present about the glass being half full, a few thoughts came to my mind when reflecting on Equicenter's early beginning, its growth and continued success. First is a famous quote by Henry Ford, "We have at home in our kitchen," which reads, "Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right." And another by the philosopher Seneca, who wrote, "Luck is when opportunity meets preparedness." From the beginning of the Equicenter 14 years ago, all involved have always had the "we can" approach to things. And we have worked very hard to be prepared for when opportunities have come our way. As I mentioned, the core of what we do is still therapeutic equestrian programming, both riding and on the ground through horsemanship programs. This is Ralph. Ralph is a 94-year-old World War II veteran who comes to the Equicenter every week. We call Ralph our senior groomer, volunteer. And while Ralph works with the animals and the kids, he also spends a lot of time with the younger generations of veterans. Veterans have become about 20%, maybe more now, of who we serve at the Equicenter. This is Will Reynolds, our first veteran rider and a member of our advisory board. This is a veteran drill team at one of our military family days after a demonstration. And I mentioned that we also now have farming. We have a 3-acre organic farm providing therapeutic horticulture. It started with veterans. We have a program called Homegrown by Heroes. And not only do they learn how to tend to the fields and harvest, they also go inside for culinary classes to learn how to prepare the food in healthy manners. And about 65% of the food that we grow is distributed to underserved populations throughout the area. This is our Cooking with Heroes class. Again, it's a veterans program, but our programs are expanding into other groups as well. The woman in the middle is a chef who's an Air Force veteran, and she teaches the others again to prepare things grown in those fields. This is one of our yoga classes. We have adaptive yoga and yoga for veterans. This is one of our canine-assisted dogs, and that's a group of kids from our Horizons program. A few weeks ago, we introduced bees to the Equicenter. This, again, was a veteran initiative business plan that they put together. They did the research, and we now have bees, and obviously those bees are going to help the organic farm. The Equicenter has also gained international recognition. These are 3 members of the Household Cavalry from the British Army visiting the Equicenter a couple of years ago. You may have seen some of them on television today, for any of you who watched the royal wedding. And we've been back and forth with them, developing a relationship. In honor of their wedding today, I thought I'd throw this picture in here. That's actually my wife and co-founder on the right in the white hat, and that's me next to her. This is at one of the events that the Household Cavalry has invited us to over in London. The earlier reference to the Invictus Games leads me to another thought I had when asked to present on the glass half full approach to life. For those of you who are not familiar with the Invictus Games, it is a Paralympic-style international sporting event started by Prince Harry for wounded veterans from 18 allied countries. The word Invictus means unconquerable. The Invictus Games takes its name from the poem by William Ernest Henley, whose most famous lines read, "I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul." As I watched athletes compete at the games held last year in Toronto, I witnessed their unconquerable spirit. And when I returned to the Equicenter, I could not help but think that Invictus truly applies to everyone at the Equicenter, from our participants to their parents, our volunteers and staff, both two-legged and four. There is an unconquerable spirit at the Equicenter that is witnessed every day with each lesson, every challenge, every goal achieved, as our participants realize their true potential. And I'm excited to share that the Equicenter has been asked by the Invictus Games 2018 Organizing Committee to introduce therapeutic equestrian activities for wounded veterans from around the world at the Games this October in Sydney, Australia. I would also like to share another exciting program about to launch this coming week at the Equicenter called Mission Mustang. The Equicenter has been asked by the U.S. Department of the Interior's Bureau of Land Management to take the lead on a national pilot program to work with wild horses and wounded veterans. I'm extremely excited to share that this Monday, 3 Mustangs with their own unconquerable spirit will be arriving to the Equicenter, ending their journey from Wyoming and signaling the beginning of Mission Mustang. Wild horses and veterans, both with post-traumatic stress, are struggling with hypervigilance, high stress, high anxiety, and a desire to fit back into the herd. And Mission Mustang is designed to help Mustangs and veterans save each other. Whether it is a child or an adult riding or working with a horse, a participant working in the gardens or on the farm, learning to plant, grow, and harvest crops they learn to prepare into healthy meals, simply participating in yoga or spending time with a dog in Equicenter's tranquil, therapeutic environment, the optimism and hope is seen and felt by everyone each and every day. Every lesson, class, and session begins with a glass half full belief that each participant, family member, and volunteer involved will leave feeling stronger physically, mentally, and emotionally. Together with a continued commitment and support from this community and around the world, we will continue to be unconquerable. Thank you.